These are just some thoughts in my brain, and about the Jurassic Park franchise. I've been big into lists and ranking recently. I think just in general, it's kind of my brain rot. My dopamine brain. I like ranking things. I like lists. I like seeing people rank and list things. Because there's a new Jurassic movie coming out. They're those dirty bastards. They're doing it again. They patented it. They slapped it on a lunchbox. And now they're selling. That was really lame that I just did that. But they're doing another one. Jurassic World Rebirth, the 7th movie in this godforsaken franchise. So, anyways, yeah, I got it by release order right now. Of course, I think most people would know Jurassic Park is going to stay at number 1, as you know, it is easily the best one. I love this movie so much. It's I think it's like the perfect blockbuster. It's the perfect effects movie. One of my favorite Spielberg movies, up there with like The Fabelmans and Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T. Of course, I love. Perfect ensemble cast. Like everybody is great in it. I mean, Sam Neill is fantastic. He's great lead. Laura Dern, amazing, of course. Just just another great actor. And Jeff Goldblum, peak charismatic Jeff Goldblum, like before he got like kind of a parody of himself, as we've seen in like recent movies. It's the best. It might be my favorite Goldblum performance because he's just so charismatic, and it's like, I'm like, how is Laura Dern resisting this man? He is so charming, and a perfect performance by like Richard Attenborough. Perfect performance by him, where it's like he's this like jovial kind of guy, but he's really evil. I mean, like, this is like a straight up fucked up thing they've created, which is this: they've genetically altered and mutated like animals to create this amazing thing that we wouldn't, it shouldn't be possible, and they do. And I think he plays it in the way where like a kid would. And then of course in the amazing dinner scene, Jeff Goldblum lays out what is wrong here. It's like there needed to be adults in the room to tell him like this is an insane abuse of power. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the smartest blockbusters ever made. It's the science, everything is blended so well where you don't feel like a complete idiot. Like it doesn't dumb it down for you at all. Like it treats the audience with respect, but it does make it it does simplify some things. Like there's like perfect sequences, like with like Mr. DNA, where it's like uses a cartoon to kind of explain. Not only is it showing the characters in the movie how it happened, it's telling the audience how it happened, and it's like the perfect exposition scene used. Like it's like they would have this in this theme park and stuff. Anyways, yeah, it's a perfect movie. I mean, the score is obviously fantastic. John Williams, like peak John Williams. Again, like maybe one of my favorite scores of his. A perfect poster, a perfect logo. I can't say enough. I mean, I love it dearly so much, and it's probably why I keep coming back to this franchise. I mean, of course it is. I mean, it's why the general audiences do, because these movies still make money, and I'm going to be really interested to see with this new one if like the fatigue is set in or people are interested. I mean, we'll find out. I don't have high hopes for it. I actually have no hopes for it. It's just like morbid curiosity. I was sucked into seeing Jurassic World Dominion in theaters because the original cast was coming back, and they were trying to like do a whole tie-in thing, and so I was like semi-interested in seeing it. And with this one, I have next to no interest, and I won't be going on my way to see it. If I see it has like good reviews and like if there's something that catches my attention, I'll probably go see it. But I mean, the summer movie season is just stacked this year with blockbusters, and you can't see everything. And this one's just not going to be on the list for me to go out and seek out. But just to cap off me talking about Jurassic Park and gushing about it, because I could do it forever. Like, Dennis Nedry is a great villain as well. Like, and he's not a villain because his motivations make complete sense. He's justified. Like, he's getting screwed over by the guy above him, and he's completely justified to do this. Is he what he's doing wrong? Yeah, technically, but I mean, he's also being underpaid by this like insane billionaire that is just like happy to create dinosaurs with his labs, and his short-sighted view could not think to see that like him not paying these guys correctly and treating them with respect would make them want to betray him and betray the park, and which leads to the downfall of the park. And it's so brilliant. I mean, like, I think it goes to the book, but it's also like the direction, the choices they make, and the T-Rex showing up at the end. That's just like such a brilliant Spielberg decision. Like, he knows what an audience wants to see, and it's like just chef's kiss. I think that's I mean, it's number one. It's easily number one. It's 5 out of 5. It's my favorite, one of my favorite Spielberg movies. It's incredible. Next would be The Lost World Jurassic Park. Now, I did record one of these already, but after recording it, I was like, I kind of want to watch the 2 sequels to Jurassic Park again, because I watched these a bunch as a kid, but I haven't watched them in a long time full through, since like my brain had been more developed. And so yeah, I watched Lost World, and I think the thing for me is, I mean, the script is a big problem. The script is a huge problem with this movie, because I think the start is where it completely falls apart. I think the concept itself is fine, technically kind of a rescue mission. I don't love the idea of Site B. It's not even mentioned in the first movie at all, and suddenly there is one now. And Jeff Goldblum feels like a completely different character. He's not nearly as charismatic. He's more just like the worried guy, and like, I think in contrast to the first movie it works, but I think it's too harsh of a change between films. And then once you get to the island, it's basically gaslighting the movie. Like, everybody's gaslighting Jeff Goldblum, and like, he's the only one that's interacted with these dinosaurs, and he's like, yeah, no, this is like awful. Like, we need to leave, or like right now. People are going to die. We are going to die. And of course he's right, because he's always right in these fucking movies. Nobody ever listens to him for some reason, even though he's Jeff Goldblum, and he's consistently been right. It's and this movie specifically is so frustrating because nobody's listening to him. And then Julianne Moore, who is his partner, and she immediately is like pushing him off, and she's like, I want to do things I want to do. So it's nice that you showed up here to try to save me, but like, where were you for our date with your parents and all this stuff? And it's so dumb. Like, why would anybody be thinking about this shit right now when they're on an island with fucking dinosaurs? Like, it's just so lazy, like, for that character. Like, oh, female, love interest for Jeff Goldblum, wants to is doing this in spite of him because he didn't show up for a date with the parents. And it's like, it's just that's so lame. Like, give her something else. Give her more motivation than like talking about things like that. Like, it's, she is a qualified person to do this, as in the movie and stuff. I forget what her role is. She might be a botanist, I'm not really sure, but she's given real reason to be there, and her reason with Jeff Goldblum is like, you're not committed enough or something. And it was just so lame. it's just such a shame, because it's like Spielberg directed, and like the writing in the first movie is so good, and all the relationships are great. And in this movie, it's like, I think they tried to go deeper relationships, and it just doesn't work. And I think the main villain in this movie is just like kind of comical. Like, he's just a comical, like, British man. And I think there's stuff that definitely works. It's like, it's Spielberg directed. The score is great. I think the movie looks great. Like, effects wise, it's like, it's like it's not quite Jurassic Park. It's like a 9 out of 10, but it's like Jurassic Park's a 10 out of 10. This is definitely like right just a step below. I think a little too much CGI, but you could tell, like, I watched some of the behind the scenes featurettes, and they just kind of talked about having more dinosaurs and stuff, and it's clear what they wanted to do, and they did it, and it was interesting because Spielberg really wanted to do it, and I just didn't really see that from him. But I don't know, like, I like the San Diego sequence, but as it plays out in the movie, I think it's pretty lazy, and it's things just like, it just kind of shows up on the boat, and you could tell it was just kind of added on last minute to this movie, and there's no kind of like driving force that got it there, and it sort of just happens, and like you kind of have a natural conclusion off the island, and then the San Diego part happens, and it's cool. Like I like the San Diego part, but it's I don't know. It's a really weird movie. And not in like oh my god, like I can't believe I'm watching this. It's just like you feel weird watching it. It's like this stuff doesn't quite like line up, and I'm not totally interested in what's happening. So I think a 2-star, and I would probably put it middle of the pack. Like I think it's like either 3 or 4 for me. And then comes Jurassic Park 3, which, as you can see, I have it rated higher on Letterboxd with a 2.5 star. I also watched this one after. Another one I watched a bunch as a kid, but I wanted a refresher. I wanted to give it another chance. And while I think there's some laziness, kind of dumb script stuff in this as well, like I think Sam Neill's character, there's a pretty big betrayal of his character, like to start, where he kind of says nothing would ever get him back on this island, and like the very next scene, I'm pretty sure it's the very next scene, the divorced couple somehow convince him to, they just give him money, and he's like, okay, I'll go with you to your island. And then he realizes on the island that they lied, and that they're really trying to save their son. I feel like for Alan Grant, it would have been actually more convincing to tell him, like, we actually don't have a ton of money, but our son got lost on this island, and we need help saving him, and you're the only person that we feel like could help us. And I don't know, I feel like he's a character that's sympathetic, and like we learn by the end of the movie that he's okay with kids and stuff, and I feel like he'd understand. And instead they don't do that, and they have them lie, and I kind of like the twist, like, of him finding out that they lied and stuff, and I don't mind it. I think it works, but I think they could have just handled that better, and I do think, like, maybe they still would have kept some of the lie, but I think it could have just been handled a lot, I think, just a bit better, especially for his character, because like I said, I do feel like it's a portrayal of his character, and I do think he would naturally just help them, and maybe take some convincing, but I do think maybe he sits down with Ellie afterwards. She mentions, like, if there's a chance this kid is alive and you can help these people, you should do it, or something. Obviously written differently. I'm not a screenwriter, but I think that's kind of like my main issue. And I think a lot of the dinosaur stuff works. I think the stuff on the island, it's like, it's not trying to be anything smarter than that. It's just like, here's a little adventure of them trying to get around. And I don't think the characters are amazing, but I think they're good enough, and none of them are overly annoying. There's some silly stuff in it, like the raptor saying Alan, and the raptor posing its head perfectly in that like tube to have a jump scare. Yeah, that stuff's a bit silly, I won't lie, but it doesn't bother me. It's like, whatever. And I think it's just a better streamlined movie compared to The Lost World. Next, they took a 14-year break to bring us Jurassic World. This is an interesting movie. I remember liking it when it came out because I was 16 and I was a bit dumb. But now 10 years later, I've watched it, I think, a couple times since I saw it in theater, maybe once or twice. Sip of coffee. It falls somewhere in the middle for me. I might prefer to watch it over Lost World, I'll be honest. Just because it is something different. It's same but different. It's a bit Jurassic Park, but it is an open park with people, and there's some really funny stuff at the end with the dinosaurs fighting, which is very silly. It's better paced than Lost World. There's just some things in it that I really don't like. I don't like the kids at all. I think it's the Love Simon guy sucks. He's like just eyeing up girls, and kids don't even like each other, and they're trying to do a thing with the divorced parents and trying to give them a little more layered relationship compared to the kids in Jurassic Park, who are perfect, great child acting, and just like child characters in that setting. Like, they're both excited, and they're just both like nice kids that you would, if you were Alan Grant, you would end up like loving in the end, because they're lovable kids. And with Jurassic World, these kids are just, they're trying to do a relationship thing with them, and it's just more just like, oh, here's this like, punk teen, and here's his kind of excited 12-year-old brother that's crying because their parents are getting divorced in one scene, and that's it. And it's really weird. Yeah, there's some meta stuff here because it's Colin Trevorrow, and he likes to do that, and it's like his style. It's dumb enough for me to be entertained by it, and more entertained than Lost World, even though I think The Lost World's probably a smarter and better movie, which is weird to say. I don't know. It's weird, but it's been longer since I watched Jurassic World, obviously. But if someone asked me, what would you rather watch? I'd probably rather watch Jurassic World over The Lost World. Like I said, just better paced and more streamlined, and it's just like easier to put on and watch. And there's some like interesting stuff, but definitely really dumb, trite plot conveniences. Mainly entering the cage, and I think that's been said a billion times, but them opening up the gate and stuff to go see if the Indominus Rex is in there, like human beings going in there, is like so beyond stupid. I cannot believe that like they thought that was believable. And like, I know we're talking about a movie about like a dinosaur park, but like, come on, make these characters believable and smart. Don't have them make the dumbest decisions ever. Anyway, so yeah, it falls into there. It's whatever. It's not offensive to me. I don't really think about it too much. There's more that bothers me about The Lost World than Jurassic World, and I think that's why it goes above. And now here's a movie. If this didn't have as much dumb stuff in it, there would be things in this that would piss me off. But this movie, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the 5th in the franchise, is so stupid. Just throughout. Like, there is non-stop stupidity, and it's so insane. Like, where I'm genuinely, when I watch it each time, I cannot believe that they put some of this stuff in like a big budget movie blockbuster. There's something special about this movie. I personally love it. I obviously, you can see I gave it a 1 star. That's just what I think of the actual quality of the movie. Like, I would not recommend somebody watch this like on their own time. But if you're with people and, you're drinking or you've smoked or whatever, substance is not needed. This is so insane and so dumb. It starts off so generic, with the first half being like basically The Lost World, where they're trying to get these dinosaurs or whatever. They're going to the island. We've seen it. But then the second half, it turns into this like spooky mansion, dinosaur chase, auction with the like caricatures of rich Texas oil salesmen. It's special. I love this movie. I've seen it numerous times. It's like, it's funny. I think the top two are like two ends of the spectrum for me, where Jurassic Park is like the perfect streamlined blockbuster. You don't get better than this. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is the perfect stupid blockbuster that like, I'm just stunned that people wrote this and were like, yeah, this is a good Jurassic Park movie. This is what gets the essence of the first movie. And I find it interesting because like Jurassic Park is it's so smart. Like the script and the ideas it's bouncing around, and because I think a sequel to it could work, and it could be better than what we've received. And like, I think you could write something about like the genetics and like what this power now being introduced to the world can mean for the rest of society, how we deal with it as human beings, and you know what is the cause and effect of this thing. Instead, they go for the dumb, let's go back to the island, let's go see these dinosaurs again, yeah, whatever. Each time you see like behind the scenes stuff, and they're just talking about like Jurassic Park's a scary movie, dinosaurs are scary, and then like that's what they try to do with this movie, but then they just take it to such levels that I cannot believe what's going on. God, I love this movie. It's so insane. Yeah, what a crazy sequel. And unfortunately, it has this great lead in to like dinosaurs are in the real world now, and we get Jurassic World Dominion, which just totally fucks it up. I've complained about it before. I've watched it since I watched it in theater. It still sucks. It's terrible. Jurassic World's pretty competent. You watch it and you're like, okay, this is like made by like a competent big movie director. And then you watch Jurassic World Dominion and you're like, did they just grab someone from film school? Like, what the fuck? The editing is weird. The dialogue is really strange. There's like really weird moments. Can't tell if they're going for a comedic effect or scary. There's a sequence like specifically when Bryce Dallas Howard is in the forest hiding and she's trying to crawl and she's going to the water, and I just remember like just sort of ending. It was just like, oh, she's hiding and okay, done hiding, or is still hiding. I don't know. It's weird. And same with the ice sequence where they're like crawling on the ice or they're walking on the ice and then they somehow escape. It just sort of ends and there's nothing clever. There's nothing. Dinosaur chases them and they're done now. The characters are done. The actors are done. Waste of a good cast. That being, you know, the originals returning, and they're fine. Like, they're the best part, but I don't know. Means nothing to me, and they don't really do much with them. So, bit of a shame that way. Terrible movie. Like, easily, that's like one of the worst blockbusters I've ever seen. One of the worst movies I think I've seen in theater, where I was like kind of amazed at how bad it was. And they don't do anything interesting with the dinosaurs in the real world. They make it about locusts, as been said before. It's not a dinosaur movie, it's a locust movie. And a really weird conclusion to what was supposed to be the 6-movie saga. And now they're doing Jurassic World Rebirth. That's kind of it. I just kind of wanted to rank these and just talk about the Jurassic movies, because I don't know, I watched the first 3 recently, and yeah, that's my list. It's weird, I know. Look, I know my taste isn't for everybody, and I like very specific things, but this is safe. That's it. Okay, bye-bye.